or ladies, whatever. I can't just assume everyone's a girl if you're casting with me, Tara. This is or everyone's a boy if you're casting with me, Tara.
What do you mean?
I have to be. I can't just say everyone on the stream is a boy because you're casting. I have to acknowledge that there are low elo females.
You have to acknowledge that females exist.
I do. It's very difficult.
I'm sorry that I'm making everything so difficult for you.
God bless. All right, so keep entertaining the crowd. I gotta read something real quick.
Wait, what? Why do I have to do the entertaining?
Because I'm investigating an incident, and it really makes me upset that this happened.
All right, hang on. I've got the entertainment here. Give me just a second.
Tara, do me a favor and don't open up the LowElo caster chat on stream.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, but just stay forewarned.
There's no way for me to even for the stream to see it. I assure you.
Okay, excellent. Some of us don't have dual monitors. You know, I'm still living in the dark ages.
No, I just can selectively show which windows I want to show.
Oh, you're so
I know
fancy.
how to do that. I'm so fancy.
You're so fancy.
They're entertained now. They're not even the wiser. I'm telling you.
All right, good.
I'm letting Hypnotoad do the job. So it looks like we're getting Nidalee, Lissandra, and Nami banned on blue side, then Azir, Gnar, and LeBlanc on the red side. Now we already know why Azir and LeBlanc get banned, for the most part. But for those who are tuning in, they're both kind of silly in games right now. They've got kits that are really hard to get past. Gnar is actually interesting. Most people don't. Well, I can't say that. A lot of people initially had trouble playing him properly. His move has, like, I don't know which move it is, but it applies the mark, and on the third hit, it does damage based on hit points. So, in reality, you don't actually have to build a whole lot of damage on him. And that does make him pretty strong. Yes, I know. You still see Hypnotoad. Anyway. On the blue team, looks like there's gonna be a jungle Maokai. That's new. And someone is playing Talon, someone is trying to tug at the strings of my heart. Carrots, if you do it wrong, I will hit you forever. No pressure or anything. Talon is still pretty strong. He doesn't have the silence. Here's the problem is that he's not the mage killer that he used to be. Because he doesn't have the silence. He can't dive. But, Maokai, I've not seen him jungled in a while. He's actually a pretty tanky, pretty strong jungler. His ult is usually underrated, but it really does give a lot in a team fight. Rek'Sai coming in. Rek'Sai has a lot of map mobility early game, but when he gets to late game, when more of his little tunnels are found, it's a little harder for him to get around, but he's still got a lot of power with the knock-up. I'm so bad at this by myself.
Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Perfect timing. Alright, so what did we talk about?
Been randomly talking about the champions that I decided I liked. It started with Talon.
Okay. Talking about Talon. Carrots McDuff has played Talon before. I've seen him do it. He actually beat me in a normal game. We randomly matched up against each other with Talon. So
apparently Carrots wants me to notice him because Talon is the champion that I just love to death.
Fair enough. We all have that champion. For me, it's Sivir. For you, it's Talon. But, oh my goodness, guys. Let's see. So we have is that going to be the Vlad-Renekton matchup? I feel bad for this Renekton. Just point blank. I feel bad for this Renekton.
Yeah.
He might be able to bully Vlad for a while in lane, like probably the first 3 or 4 levels, but once Vlad hits that level 5, level 6 power spike, he's just going to blow this lane out of the water, unless J-Corn just gets a huge edge. But it's going to be so hard for J-Corn to get kills.
If he gets pushed to the turret, he might get a little more farm, but Vlad's gonna have so much poke and harass on this guy. I think the only time he's really gonna have to catch up is when Vlad inevitably roams.
Yes. I mean, I just kind of expect this top lane matchup. Renekton is the early game bully, but I feel like Vlad hits a power point much earlier than most champions, where he can win the 1v1 and potentially even just kind of start taking the pressure out of this top lane. So I do like the TP on J-Port at the final moment there, because it does allow Renekton to use his early advantage for that narrow window he has it, and then get across the map and try to get pressure on other lanes.
You missed it. I put Hypnotoad up for a little while there.
Oh, nice. See, and Tara, I want to point out something to you. We only have 22 viewers, but it's not your fault. It's because it's Friday. Last Friday, we only had 25 viewers. People go out and party.
I wasn't actually going to say anything. 22 viewers is more viewers than I normally get.
We normally hit like the 40-45 mark, but we've been noticing that Friday is a really slow night. We only get the true LowElo loyals. Okay, so in the top lane we talked about Vladimir Renekton. In the jungle we actually see Maokai, which
I commented on that. His ult is so people underestimate his ult so much. But that is a damage reduction and then just all around burst once he ends it. Like small burst, but it's over anyone standing in it.
Yeah, I mean, Maokai is definitely, there's a lot of potential in his kit, but the reason we don't see him in the jungle and we see him in the top lane more is because he scales so incredibly well with gold. Like, he will always be stronger if you put him in the top lane than you will if you put him in the jungle. So it's interesting to put him in such a gold light position. I still expect him to be effective. His ganks will still be incredible. It's just, he scales so well with gold. We see Rek'Sai, on the other hand, for the purple team.
Very mobile.
Very, very mobile. Very annoying. I'm still learning a lot about this champion, so I can't comment on the matchup between Maokai and Renekton, like, if they were to meet head-to-head. Though I expect Rek'Sai would win because his base damages right now are stupid.
I'm gonna tell you, though, Rek'Sai, and this is the reason why Rek'Sai is a little bit concerning as far as his introduction to the jungle. I was laning, and yes, I'm going to compare this to my situation and why I worry about a Rek'Sai on a team. I'm laning, and I'm even, like, not that far away from my turret. You get to the top lane, and you know right where the corner of that tree is, and then that line right before the bushes start, like that, just that area where you generally want your minions to be. Not quite at the tower, but not so far out that you aren't safe. That's where I was farming. And before I could even react, Rek'Sai was under me.
That is, yeah, that does happen. He's really good at that. He's really, really sneaky.
This is why Rek'Sai is just a little like one of them ones where I'm like, I think I just need a ward out forever. Forever ward. That's what's needed.
Yes, I mean, if they exist, they're pink, but you see them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move to Out of the Jungle and talk about your favorite champion, Talon, versus Orianna, the safest champion in the game.
I'm gonna have to give, like, as much as I love and adore Talon, I'm gonna give it to Orianna on this one because Orianna just, he's gonna have so much trouble closing the distance. He's gonna have so much trouble closing the distance.
Yes, very, very true. Though, I do think that if he gets on her early, like, level, I don't play a lot of Talon. I feel like if he can get on top of Orianna after she uses her ball to farm, he has an opportunity to take advantage. Maybe not get a kill, but it is possible. But maybe not get a kill, but he can get the lane pressure he needs to survive in this farm lane.
I think an early gank is gonna help with that. Now Maokai has a lot of help with that. He's got the root and everything. So I think an early gank to snowball Talon. That way Talon can just, you know, keep going elsewhere is what'll help him if that happens.
Very, very true. I mean, wherever this Maokai goes, I basically expect kills except for the Vladimir, just because Vladimir is so slippery.
I don't. If Janna was on the other side of the team, I think Maokai might have a little issues in bottom because you can time the tornado to interrupt his twisted advance.
Yes, it is true, but Janna is on Maokai's team, so I agree though. Janna is the best disengaged support or disengaged champion in the game. That NATO is ridiculous.
It is. It's a little silly. The only, like, pretty much the only exception are the ones who have the move that literally says it can't be stopped.
Yep. And even then, Janna's really good with the post stop with her Monsoon. But now that we're talking about Janna, what do we think of this Corki Janna versus a Thresh Caitlyn?
I think it's gonna be a lot of poking.
A lot of poking?
A lot of poking.
Yep.
Janna has the advantage in that sort of situation because, Janna's always had the advantage against champions with hooks because she can bring, like, you're basically bringing the knock up to yourself.
Yes. Very true. Though I would say the poke advantage might be in the favor of Caitlyn despite that Janna shield, just because Thresh is going to have a much easier time walking up and autoing with that enhanced auto.
Until level 6.
Until level 6, yes, absolutely. But for just short burst trades, Janna, if she can get her shield onto Corki before he throws out a Q or any of his rockets, is going to increase his damage so much. So it's going to be a question of how aggressively Janna, Onino can uses his shield. And Caitlyn, I don't know if you know this, Tara. I don't know if you've actually watched some of my Caitlyn streams. I am always disappointed in Caitlyn players. Not because Caitlyn's a bad champion, not because that player is a bad... I just always feel like Caitlyn does not do enough damage, ever.
She doesn't. In reality, Caitlyn, compared to a number of other AD carries, does not scale as well when you get into the late game. And, like, the reason she's used is because of her early game advantage. Like, if they get late game, Corki is far better.
Yes. Well, if they get to 6 item, Corki is much better in the early to mid game. If they get to the 6 item point, then Caitlyn will finally have the damage and the ability to peel for herself. 6 item Caitlyn is a scary thing. It just doesn't have the burst damage I would want out of an AD carry.
Corki really has the same though, if you think about it. He's got the... Hang on just a moment. I have to step away.
Tara's gonna go do some of her work.
Thank you for calling Value Plus Manor. This is Adrian.
I don't know.
Reservation.
Caitlyn's always been a little overwhelming to me, but she does have the potential to, if played correctly, to do things. I'm just always underwhelmed. Just to talk about items, Janna goes to Spelthies, which I like, and we see a health crystal start on
Alright, we're
the
not
Thresh.
the Akron one.
A little bit
I can
different
give you
than the
the
Rogue Shield.
Akron
I
phone
like the
number,
health
though.
crystal because It gives more direct combat stats than anything else, but it does
You
mean he's
want
got to commit to the early sight
330?
stone, so we shouldn't be seeing
245
Moby Boots coming onto Thresh, which is a little sad.
0600.
Just because
That's
Moby
the
Boots
Akron
allows him to get
location. They
more
can help
wards
you out a little
down
better
in
if
much
that's
better
the one you're
places. It
looking for.
allows him to land better hooks from better angles.
Yes, sir. Alright, thank you. Have a good day.
But, alright, and in the mid lane, we see Talon start Longsword 3 pots, which I love. He's going to need the additional sustain. He does not need the lifesteal on that Doran's Blade or the extra health. He needs the extra effective health coming on those health pots, so it's a definitely good start.
That's a typical Talon start. I've always favored it. You want you either want the sword for the damage, or if you've got not Orianna necessarily, but other champions with better skill shots, boots instead. But either way, you want one or the other on a Talon, and it's always highly dependent on your opponent. With an Orianna, I think I would favor the damage too, because she doesn't have the same kind of poke that others would.
And the spot lane is going to be really, really rough. Maokai started red and asked for an extended leash, so Corki ended up missing 1 CS. So there's a huge experience advantage so long as they don't get pushed out on the spot line. If I was Pokemon Breeder Chris right now, I would be pushing for level 2, which he's not doing for some reason. So they might not be able, they're not going to be able to take it. They're instead trying to freeze it, which is the wrong thing to do at level 1, boys. Tannen gets sliced and diced on as Renekton gets the early level 2, but it's just not enough damage to do anything. Let's see, what else is going on? Maokai tries to go in for that gank with his early red buff start. He didn't even go double golems. He went red buff, chicken camp. Looks like he's maybe trying to do a little bit of counter jungling, or maybe he thinks he can get up into this Caitlyn Thresh lane, which I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. No, he just wants the crab. Everybody loves crab. So, what's up?
Everyone loves crab.
Yep, everyone loves crab. And, I mean, it's definitely nice to get this vision right now, but I feel like Maokai at the moment, he needs to go get his blue buff. He's already out of mana. If he stops to do any other camp that's not his blue buff, he's going to have to back immediately. And he only has 450 gold, so he can at least upgrade his item, his jungler item. But Corinth has got a huge XP lead at the moment because he did manage to pick up his chickens, his double golems, his red buff, his wolves, and his blue buff. So Maokai's putting himself in a really, really hard spot at the moment.
That's interesting.
What's interesting?
Renekton's actually doing better than I thought he would.
Well, I mean, we kind of talked, or at least I tried to touch on it earlier. Renekton is a lane bully, and Vlad takes a long time to sustain. Probably like his true power spike is at level 9 when he gets all those points in Q.
He's definitely taking advantage of his early weakness.
Oh my goodness, Carrots gets Flash Ignited on, but he should be able to pop through the Ignite, yeah. Casper kind of wasted his Flash there to get the extra auto, and it was not enough to do lethal. Good play out of Carrots, he's going to be able to...
Carrots is staying, so...
I mean, it's definitely dangerous, but I don't think he's worried about the kill pressure coming out of a non-Ignite. Tana gets stunned in the top lane, gets traded for half his health for free. That is brutal. But this Doran's shield, and he just popped his pot, should be enough to keep him in the lane for a while. What? Give me just a second, Tara. I gotta follow up on the investigation. Will you take over for a second?
Sure. Looks like Corki and Janna getting, well, their lanes pushed back out, but they were pretty close to their turret for a bit there. Rek'Sai coming in for a gank. Janna's just got done using her tornado. She doesn't really have a whole lot to get him off, but Corki does have his Valkyrie to get out of the safe, or get to safety rather. Talon really pushing up on his Orianna with the Maokai gank. Orianna just safely backing up to the turret. She's almost out of mana, but so is Talon, so I think both of them are not really concerned about the other person right now, but Rek'Sai is going to come in and knock the Maokai up and get a really good damage onto him.
Yes, interesting.
But not a kill, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry, I am back. Maybe I'm not. 1 second. Okay, I am back now. Restart. I noticed in the chat you were talking about why Caitlyn didn't push, why Chris did not push at the level 1. I agree with you. Maokai was looking for a gank, so it succeeded. It was by playing safe. He made the correct decision, but it was the incorrect decision because 9 out of 10 times it's better to get level 2 and not get pushed out of lane. But you know it worked, so can't critique him too much. Maybe he saw more than I did. All right, so what do we see?
Ooh, that was a very close hook on Corki in bottom lane, right as Rek'Sai was coming in for a gank.
Yep, kind of Silent Macro just showing up in the mid lane trying to get some early, or help Carrot's push. I don't really think Talon needs the help.
That was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, I've never really seen a jungler come in and push a lane unless, like, the opponent died, and that was not the case with the Orianna.
Yes. Yes. And just so, I'm actually surprised this mid lane's going as well as it is for Tannen at the moment. He's only 1 CS down at the CS down. Orianna, is she DC'd at the moment? Guys, you can pause. There is a DC coming in for the Orianna. That would explain why Carrots is doing such a good job farming against an AFK player. Alright, so that is... Alright, so looks like they aren't going to pause. We're going to see the Orianna reconnect and hopefully come back in. Hopefully Tannen doesn't punish her too much. Try to keep it classy. This is just a fun game. Up in the top lane, yeah, I think Tannen's finally hit that power spike. Neither of them has shopped yet, but Tannen is finally at the point where Renekton can't even trade anymore. I don't think it's going to even matter what they tie either because they have equal gold. Watch all the chats.
Ooh, that was a very close trade between Renekton and Vlad, but Vlad did take it. That ult bursting off, Renekton tried very hard. I'm gonna have to say it was very close. I thought that it was in Renekton's favor, honestly, but that ult told me otherwise.
Yep. So let's see what's going on in these lanes. Sajant? I don't know how you pronounce that. Thresh. We're gonna call him Thresh. Going in, maybe, yeah, manages to throw out the hook, but nice Valkyrie from Brillo Cream, getting out of the way. Renekton using his TP advantage right now. TP, you know, both top laners go on B immediately. Oh no, Renekton, don't go ward right there, guys. Don't ward when the lane or when the minion wave is that close to the tower. You need to make sure you commit fully to the push because now Tan is going to be able to show up and get as much experience as possible. So just a minor missed opportunity from Renekton there to deny Tan some CS. In the bot lane, Silent Macro shows up, applies the red buff slow, gets, oh my goodness, Silent Macro gets hooked into tower or flayed into tower, then hooked back into away from Caitlyn. What a great play out of our Thresh. Oh my goodness, Casper's trying to roam down, maybe finish off or join the fight, but Talon's right behind him.
This Thresh has been really good about them hooks, actually. I mean, he's missed a few, but the hooks he's landed are the ones that really matter. Some of those hooks are obviously just a little harass, and, you know, I feel if you're just hooking to harass and you miss, no big deal.
Oh, let's see.
That was very good. Right there mid lane, Talon saw he was getting ganked and used his cutthroat because it does teleport you to the other side of the person to get closer to his tower.
Okay. Alright, sorry, Tara. I think I'm finally good. I think I'm finally back. I'm sorry, guys. I have been so distracted. Orianna, despite being DC'd for about a half a minute, maybe a minute, is doing a decent job, a respectable job of staying in this lane. I think Karis is going a little bit easy. Nice job. Good way to keep it classy. And there is a huge CS discrepancy in this bot lane, too.
I think some of that actually is Rek'Sai has been making a note to gank Talon every time he's stopped by.
Yeah, in the top lane, looks like Jaycorn decides he wants to go hard, gets the double slice and dice onto Tannen, but Tannen just kind of walks away. Oh my goodness, he pulls the knockup. Nice play out of Tannen, flashes so he won't get rooted and die to Jaycorn to follow up damage. Nice play out of Tannen right there. that might, if Red Side decides to do it, they could do a dragon just because they know where Silent Merc is. So they're gonna pick up
Rek'Sai is
Crab.
actually setting up for that right now, I think.
Yep. Hook comes into Brillo Cream. Nice. We shouldn't be seeing the Flay. Yep. Flay interrupts the Valkyrie, but there's probably not enough damage. Caitlyn doesn't even take a knee. That's what I'm talking about. There's just no burst out of Caitlyn, man. It's so sad. All right. What else is going on? Let's look at the map. Yeah, Orianna is now, despite, she was down about 20 CS, up in the top lane. Tana catches the full slice and dice, and then the Q. Renekton pops his ult, as both ults pop at the same time, but it looks like both players just decide gentleman's agreement, walk away. Hook comes in onto Brillo Cream. We see the committal out of Rek'Sai under the tower. Nice Janna Mine soon from Oni no Ken.
I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
Yeah, but Carrots is there. Is he the savior? Nope. Enhanced Auto comes in under.
Oh, very nice exhaust on the Talon. He's not going to get that kill.
Yeah, and Thresh throwing the hook or the lantern down at the final moments. Rek'Sai thinks he can do it, comes in, but the gauntlet never works, boys. Rek'Sai just gonna bop him. Orianna shield saves Corrin's life. Caitlyn takes a knee and it's not enough damage. But really a good fight. I'm not sure why Silent Macro decided to gauntlet there. They thought they could get one kill, but in the best situation they were gonna go 1 for 1.
I don't think he realized that, well, maybe. He might have thought he was tankier than he was right at the moment. Now, he is building quite tanky, and I mean, Jungle Maokai, you want to go tanky more than you want to go with damage, and that is a Rek'Sai ult to bring him right back to the lane for another gank, I imagine. Corki's sitting here alone, but I don't think he realizes that Maokai and Janna are coming in, so he kinda...
Yeah, I mean,
kind of wasting an ult here.
He ulted a little too soon. If he had waited just a bit until Pokemon Breeder Chris was just about to knock the tower over and then go on Corki immediately, they could have turned that into a kill plus a tower. Unfortunately, he went a little too soon, did it next to a ward, then walked into vision, so Maokai was able to show up and turn off that gank, wasting a Rek'Sai's ulti completely.
That would have been a really clever gank, though, after they just got done in bottom lane.
Yes.
I mean, it was in theory, it was a great plan.
Yes, it was. Casper in the mid lane throws on the Oriolna ult, but it's probably not going to be enough as Renekton and Talon are here. Both are pretty slippery. They should. Yeah, there's the flash and the flash from Renekton and the follow-up Q from Talon.
Meanwhile, down here, it looks like Thresh is going to suffer the damage from Corki and Maokai and Janna as he tries to keep them off of Rek'Sai and Caitlyn. I think they were getting ready to come up and maybe take a try at the dragon. Nope, neither team has actually touched the dragon yet.
Goodness. Not what you want to do right here as Silent Macro. He tries to go in and commit for the kill. The Summoner Heal actually saves Corinth from the no mana Talon. May not have actually been necessary because Talon had no mana. Nice flash play onto Brillo Cream. The hook's gonna miss though. Corinth not gonna be able to do anything as they both get knocked away from the Janna Monsoon. Tannen is getting free reign in this top lane too. Renekton is just not able to stay in lane at this point as the TP comes down, but it is gonna be enough to save the tower, but I just don't know if J-Corn has enough to survive this lane much longer. Looks like red team's decided now is the time for Dragon. Throw a pink ward into the Death Brush. Sweeper comes in, but a little bit too early as we should be seeing Corki maybe throw down a ward. Janna's in a weird spot. Let's see. Guys, turn to the dragon, please. There we go. Casper turning the dragon, uses the shield to protect himself. Yeah, ult comes down. Corki Rocket's not enough to steal it.
When you're timing out those stealing moves, and I think this is the mistake that a lot of people make, and I mean, you don't have to take my advice on it. You don't want to throw it down, you don't want to throw it down. You want to throw it down just before the point where you think you should, because when you're seeing their health drop, there's always going to be that, like, the missile speed. I think a lot of people forget to account the speed it takes to throw those moves out.
Yes,
like they're going, I need to do it now, and then they're forgetting the speed. Well, you need to do it just a little bit before the now.
In the mid lane, Silent Macro coming in and getting a nice twisting advance, I think it's called. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets a nice twisted advance, but doesn't have any follow damage. Top lane, Tana takes the tower. Sorry, Tara, please take it back. We were talking about missile speeds, I believe.
Yeah. I think people don't account missile speed in enough, particularly in the lower ranks when they're trying to steal objectives.
Once more in the mid lane, Orianna baits Carrots and Silent Macro in for a fight, throws down the ulti, and Rek'Sai's right there for the second knockup, managed to just completely kill Silent Macro. Sarah, continue about your discussion. I'm sorry for interrupting.
So the idea is just that to throw it just a little bit before.
Yes, very, very true.
The Talon almost dying to the Thresh. Honestly, if I was at Talon, I mean, he's got the mana. Jump on the guy and make him regret that decision.
I don't know. As soon as that box came down, I would not have, because all it takes is a single flay into the box and you're dead as Carrots. Like, that would have been so embarrassing.
I don't know. If I had been the Talon, I probably would have tried to do it anyway, because YOLO. Sometimes you just gotta.
Yes, sometimes. Caitlyn takes a knee. It's never enough damage, though. Though Tannen says, no, it is. Gets the flash Q Ignite in. Oh, my goodness. This should be an easy mid lane tower for the red team. There's just not enough to defend it, honestly. Tannen's so big at the moment. They have so much wave clear, and yeah, that Caitlyn range is silly. Oh, my goodness. Is the Corki going to be able to... Is the Janna shield enough? Yes, it is. Oh. Corki forced the back, though.
Not quite a tower yet, but...
Twisted Advance comes in, Talon goes in for Casper right now, Exhaust comes down. That follow-up damage on the Carrots. Carrots regrets his decision as he goes down immediately.
This is killing me to see this Talon suffer so.
Oh my goodness, Maokai too just goes down. Yeah, it always hurts to see your favorite champion get murdered over and over again.
You know, he's not necessarily doing a whole lot of things wrong. I'm gonna have to give him credit on that. He was farming pretty well, considering that Orianna is a ranged champion. He's pretty much buying the right items. Talon scales so well with armor penetration, it's ridiculous. But it's just their team is just going, LOL, nope.
Yeah, I mean, Talon's playing well, but his whole team is so far behind. We see a 7k gold lead already at the 18-minute mark. That's so hard to come back from. All right, so let's see. Let's look around the map. What can blue team do to survive this game right now? They have to worry about... Like, the biggest time bomb that red team has that blue team needs to worry about is the fact that Tannen is just a ticking time bomb. He's already huge, and this game is not going to get any easier. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Renekton goes hard onto Tannen, and Tannen does not even notice at the moment. Like,
I don't know if this is ideal right now. Oh, it's because Maokai is coming in.
You know what? I don't even think it's enough. In the bot lane, what's going on? Caitlyn takes a knee, Onino Ken gets knocked up, and Janna goes down to the Rek'Sai damage. Too many things going on. I'm bad at this.
With Talon's help, though, Maokai was able to finish off the Tannen in the top lane. Unfortunately, that's 3 people in top lane. Meanwhile, their bot lane is basically getting pushed away from any sort of farming.
Okay. All right. So let's think about this. Red team or blue team has wave clear. They have the Talon. Yep.
No, they cannot see it. Blue team put a ward in, but they did not see the 2 people that were standing right there at the birds that were just setting themselves up to gank. But they did back off, I'm guessing, because they just saw a little too many blue team to their 2 people from red team. They're not that confident yet, and no reason to be. They're winning right now. There's no rush to catch anyone right at the moment.
Yes. Yes, very, very true. This is just so hard for blue team. They need to get key picks, and Talon can do that, but he doesn't have any real follow-up damage. Like, Corki is finished his Trinity Force, sure, but he can't be in the front line supporting Talon on his picks. And that the enemy team has, oh my goodness, in this top lane, Tannen does miss the ulti as he. Oh no, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't know how blue team comes back right now. This looks so rough because
I'm a little worried. Renekton is doing what Renekton does, and that is to be aggressive and get on people, but he's just...
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't have what he needs now, particularly one-on-one against Tannen.
Alright. Carrots McDuff gets caught out right there, does take the exhaust, though the Pokemon breeder Chris does manage to get a nice trade and commits for it. Oh my goodness, that Summoner heal was clutch. Oh my goodness. Alright. So, Tannen does end up losing a trade at the very end, maybe? No, the Renekton ult goes down. We should be seeing Tannen, yeah. Pool is just enough damage to take down the Renekton there. And in the meantime, second Dragon's going to be going to red team. Yeah, no chance for a steal opportunity. This is just...
They are...
Guys, when you go down 14k gold lead before 25 minutes, even if it's a solo queue game, even all this stuff, it's going to be really, really hard for you to come back. And I hate to talk down blue team's chances, but I just don't see it. Like, it would take some pretty silly play coming out of red team to lose this game.
Yeah, Janna has been trying very hard to disengage, and I think in her defense, she has prevented a few deaths there. I think blue team needs to try and stay grouped. I don't know how well they're going to be able to do that with Tannen just kind of hanging out in the top lane almost constantly.
Yes. Okay, let's take a look. Notifications. Freaking Froxy. Just check my Twitter. I asked him for a beer in the chat, and he tweets me a picture of a beer and says that's all he can give me. You're a liar, dude. You're a liar. Alright, so let's take a look at what can we talk about for the rest of this game. I feel like this game's gonna drag out, Terror, and we're just gonna see blue team slowly hemorrhage out.
I think I'm a little worried that's what's gonna happen, is that they're trying so hard to stay in the game. And they're doing everything their champions should be doing, but they're doing it while the enemy team is still ahead, and they need to be a little more careful.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a 20... Like, blue team is putting up a fight, but they just... At this point, they need red team to make a couple of colossal errors in team fights. Like, blue team needs red team to commit to like 3 or 4 bad team fights to win right now. Or they need Carrots to be the talent god and get a double kill. As the flash comes into the Caitlyn, nice twisting advance, but the counter flash gets him out successfully. Corki does not have the follow-up damage to snipe Pokemon breeder Chris. Orianna is in the mid lane though, so that means that should be a safe push for a little bit for blue team. But Rek'Sai may be going in for the flank.
They did spot him, so they are backing off a little bit. Orianna's coming to meet up with her team in mid, and it looks like I think Thresh is about to try a hook here. And here it comes. Did not hit anyone, unfortunately. I would have felt sorry for whoever it landed on if he had.
Yep, for sure. Oh my goodness, guys. This is... I feel like this is kind of also one of the things that blue team needs to... Silent Macro catches the hook right now, gets Rek'Sai ulted. Is there enough follow-up damage? Yes, as the Orianna commits to a flash ball. Command dissonance plus shockwave just completely ruins 2 players' day right there. Carrots goes down immediately. There should be at least 1 tower, though I would expect the inhibitor tower to go down too. I'm not sure what Renekton's doing. He's a little frustrated, I feel, and he's trying to just get gold where he can.
He did take a turret for them in top lane. That's gonna help a little bit, but
I mean, yeah,
they're about to lose an inner turret for what amounts to 1 more lane's outer turret.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely... Oh my goodness, Rek'Sai jumping up top. He says, enough is enough, dude. You're not getting that inner tower. That was the only way this trade might have even been considered worth. But Jay Corton taking the best out of a poor situation. The hook lands on Carrots McDuff through Brillo Cream. Holy moly, dude. But Tannen turns around and says, "I'm gonna suck your blood, Corky. Come here." Oh my goodness. In the top lane, Jay Corton just gets removed by freaking Rek'Sai.
That was a very close fight, though. Jaycorn coming away from that with just about 100 health. I think that turret shield helping him out a lot.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, I am tired. Oh my goodness. Alright, so this, yeah, mid lane inhibitor goes down, and I don't know. This is rough. I would have probably tried to surrender already. But blue team's hanging in there, so there's hope, guys.
They're trying to turtle it, but they're 13k behind right now.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, let's see. Orianna has... Yeah, like, we're looking at this mid lane right now. Talon, looking at the Talon Orianna matchup. Orianna has a Death Cap plus Zhonya's. Has 2 DFG items completed. Talon hasn't even been able to finish 1 item yet.
No, Talon, like I said, he is building, right? He's just not getting it fast enough. You always want to start off with the Brutalizer on Talon. There's almost never a time where you don't want to start on with a Brutalizer.
In the bot lane, Rek'Sai finding Corky right now. I don't... The Smite slow coming in, the knockup lands on the Corky. I do not think Corky has damage as the Phosphorus Bomb comes out, though does manage to get away with it thanks to that Trinity Force speed up. Tannen bullying Jaycourt in the top. Sure, he's getting some. Jaycourt's getting some autos down, but he starts running. Oh my goodness, the 4-man pile up. Nice flash over the wall. I don't think Renekton has the follow up to fully commit to Tannen kill right now. Ignite comes down. It's nice. Zhonya's comes down too. That's gonna probably be the death of Tannen. Pool does save him for a minute longer. Oh my goodness, Orianna Shockwave at the last possible minute. Carrot says, "I got you, buddy." It does manage to pick off. Oh my goodness, Orianna. Flash auto. Ball does save his life. Caitlyn takes a knee. Rek'Sai shows up too. He's done playing in the bot lane. We might be seeing the knockup in just a second. Slow misses. Thresh isn't in a position to hook. Caitlyn nets over the wall. They're really trying to chase down Carrots. Guys, stop and do the Baron. Do the Baron. It's free. You just took 2 people so low. Do the Baron. You see Corky. You see Renekton. This is a free Baron.
Oh, that blue though. Guys, that blue.
Yeah, that dragon, that blue. Like, sometimes, guys, you see 2 members of the team, you send 2 back to base, just take the Baron.
I feel bad. The Janna actually put an ult out that I feel like would have benefited had she not moved. She ulted and it didn't hit anything, and she moved immediately. Had she just let it go out, she might have healed her people up a little more to sustain for that fight. I feel bad because I don't think she intended, I don't think she meant to move.
Yeah, oh my goodness. They do get the dragon, which that 3rd dragon buff is pretty important. I think it's 3 now, right? Yeah. You definitely want that 3rd dragon. I just feel like they could have done Baron and dragon. And honestly, you're 22k gold ahead. You can do whatever you want at this point.
I think they should have started with the Baron, and then they could have easily just rotated down to the dragon, because blue team is in no position to contest anything except maybe a Baron, and that's assuming that red team just hangs around in the pit and ignores them. And
yeah.
I don't think they would do that.
No, they definitely, and their Baron speed is pretty incredible right now. Like, that Orianna does so much damage with her passive. Orianna's a great Baron. She's not as strong as some mid laners or any AD mid laners, but that passive is so good for taking neutral objectives, like your towers, like your Barons, like your dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I feel like this game would be over. It's hard to finish the game, but they can get, if red team commits to a split, a 4-1 split push, they can get probably 1 more inhibitor down. Or the Baron, or anything. Jaycorn pushing the bot side, decides enough is enough, I'm going to try to get something for my team. Tannen takes the tower in top lane. He's on the inhibitor tower. Hook comes in onto Corky. Fox comes, gets a 3-man knockup. Oh my goodness. Janna catches the Caitlyn ulti for Silent Macro, but the Flade knocks Silent Merc back, and Orianna Bill finishes him off. Oh, Jaycorn, what are you doing, dude? You need to go back or do something. This game is over. If he doesn't even try, this game is over. Carrots has to use his ult to get away from Tannen plus Orianna.
Rek'Sai is rushing across to get J-Corn. I think J-Corn isn't finishing the turret. He's just gonna duck out of there. But meanwhile, red team is just helping themselves the blue team's base. I think this is probably going to be game.
Carrots catches the ult. Tannen finishes it off with his ulti, or catches the hook. Carrots catches the hook and goes down to the Tannen ult. We've seen some really, really aggressive use. This is probably the best Rek'Sai play we've seen all since I started streaming, since Rek'Sai came out on the stream at least. He's been so aware of when he can use his ult correctly to get across the map. Like, he's used it twice